Following the comments we've been having on our YouTube channel, lots of people are asking us what is D33. And for that reason, let's start with this one. If you can, Doctor, explain it to us.
All right, great. Okay. D33 is actually the short form. It's actually Dubai Economic Agenda 2033. Now, that is the vision that the ruler has got for Dubai in terms of how the economy will grow over the next 10 years. The announcement of D33 was made on 4th of Jan last year. Now, why 4th of Jan? 4th of Jan is the date when Sheikh Mohammed had his ascension as ruler of Dubai. So he made a promise that from now onwards, every 4th of Jan, he will make some announcement with a vision for the future. In fact, 10 days ago, 4th of Jan, he announced the social agenda, the Dubai Social Agenda 33, which we will cover maybe in another podcast. It's just 10 days. A lot of details are not yet out. But to go back to D33, Sheikh Mohammed's agenda is to make sure Dubai remains in the top 3 cities with the goal of hitting number 1. We are already number 3 in terms of the top 10 power cities globally. The Economist survey, August of last year, has put us in the number 3 position. So now the D33 agenda has got multiple pillars on which it is built, and they're all very strong as contributors eventually for real estate in Dubai. Let's look at them. The first one is the goal is to double the GDP, the growth rate, the foreign trade in Dubai, double it by 2033. Currently, we stand at 14.2 trillion, and the goal is to go to 32 trillion in the next 10 years. Realistically, the target is 26.5 trillion. So it's literally going to double in the next 10. So economy is going to be very, very strong. That is the D33, part of the agenda for D33. The second thing is to be able to double the number of cities on our foreign trade route. We are at the moment doing investments and business with 400 cities. We are planning to add 400 more cities. So literally a lot more of the world is going to be coming in close business contacts with Dubai. The third thing is to double the foreign direct investments in Dubai. We are looking at going up to 650 billion within the next 10 years, increasing about 30 billion every year, because increasing by 30 billion. Currently, it's around 30 billion, 29 billion. So we are adding another 30 billion. So around 60 billion every year is the target.
Can we have a kind of example of the investment?
Of an investment? Okay, great. Actually, that's a good question. The type of investments that Dubai is looking for are called Greenfield investments. Now, the difference between Greenfield and Brownfield investments is a brownfield investment does not require a large financial investment in the country. You come in and use the ecosystem which is already there. So, for example, it could be a large multinational company. They come in, they partner with, say, a Majid Al Futtaim or a Al Ghurair. So you already have the infrastructure for business set up for you. Factories are in place, logistics, channels of distribution, marketing, brand value and perception. So you just come on to that and you get into JVs and ventures. It does require financial investment, but not the same. A greenfield investment, which is what Dubai is looking at, and we are number 1 in the world on that, is where a large multinational company comes in and they start the investment from scratch. Examples could be when Toyota moved into Mexico. They did not partner with a large local brand. They set everything up from scratch. They built their own factories, created their own labor forces, built the accommodations for them, created their own logistics channels, etc. Now that requires a very large amount of investment. So the message is very clear. When a company comes in with a greenfield investment opportunity, it's very clear that they're there for the long haul. Because they're putting so much of money, hundreds of billions will come in. It's going to take them a good 20 years before it starts to pay them back. So a greenfield is always more powerful than the brownfield investments. Sheikh Hamdan made this announcement last year in July, where he talked about how Dubai has become number 1 on the planet because we had 511 greenfield investment projects. Number 2, Singapore with 186. 325 projects behind us. So for every one project that Singapore announced as greenfield foreign direct investment, Dubai announced 4. The source of this data was the market FDI data from the Economic Times and the Financial Times. The article came out in August of last year. So In terms of foreign direct investment, we are looking for the greenfield opportunities, long-term players. And these companies are coming in because the D33 agenda is looking at doubling the economy. There is no country on the planet that has got an agenda now to double the economy. We had a 4.1% GDP last year. If you look at the world average, it was 1.7. We were literally 2.5 times above the world average. The two strong economies at that time growing was India and China. India at 4.5, China at 5.5. We are projecting an additional 3.9% this year on top of what we were doing. So part of that is coming from these large international giants that are coming into the business. So that's what we mean by foreign direct investment. So look at the vision. The vision is to double the greenfield investment opportunities, which means doubling the long-term commitment to the investments in Dubai.
You are listening to Take Charge podcast, hosted by
Anthony Joseph.